One, two, three. Testing, testing. One, two, three. Hey, you will make it TV followers, viewers, supporters, and listeners across the globe. Thank you for tuning in again with us for another live topic. Inspirational topic at that, right? Just having some commentary and reaction to real issues that affect us all every day, whether it's directly or indirectly. Please remember to hit that like button, share, and subscribe to show your support to the You Will Make It TV channel. We love you. Today, our main focus topic discussion is back to the lingering question: are independent black women being targeted? This topic will not be for everybody, and most topics on You Will Make It TV channel is not for everybody, but it brings us to this question. We're not saying that we're talking about Cardi B or any particular uh, black woman when I make that statement, but there are certain circumstances, conspiracies, and factors that bring us to these type of questions because you see other women that are with their husbands and stuff. You don't see them all in the news about what happened at shows or what they fans talking about. Like for example, Ashanti and Nelly. You people, if anything, if they comment on anything with Ashanti because she's a black woman, they still actually have opinions about her situation. They just be like, Ashanti went backwards and we don't feel like Nelly is loving her right. So we know that gossip starts any kind of way, right? When you're a celebrity. And I'm just here to give my commentary and reaction really quick to these type of situations because with black women, maybe it is a little different for sure. How many of them, right after walking away from a man of status, she ended up, which I know that she was like probably pending court trial and stuff like that long before she left Offset. But what a crazy time to leave your wife alone. What a suspicious time to, because if we go back and think about it, she pretty much looked like she supported the Migos. She supported her husband while they were together. Um, Before he was her baby father, she was already supporting him. Y'all don't remember the shorts and clips? It would show she was buying her man new cars, new jewelry. She was showing up to support him at his shows. Um, how do we not see that? It was a few times they was out in public, her and her husband. That's why she had earned the nickname Ride or Die a long time ago, whether it's for herself or for her man. But for sure, when she got a man, she just 10 toes down with him. That's what I've seen about her character as a celebrity. That doesn't mean we know firsthand, but that's something, right? She might not be some God-fearing lady to people or spiritualist person to people, but when it came to her marriage, she definitely looked committed until right rumors started circulating, whatever. And it's almost like telling Cardi B, well, you should have stayed with your husband no matter what you was putting her through. Well, I actually respect her because like she actually, regardless of what status she was in her career, if she felt like she was being underhanded, sidetracked, any of that, if she knew that she was being treated less than her value in her eyes, being the man's baby mother or not, she walked away from the relationship. Now, she never came out and just publicly said, oh, my husband was hitting on me or that type of abuse. It was probably more just like cheating allegations, uh, affairs with their money or finances and stuff like that. We never just heard that he was like, Offset was like abusing her in that way. Which I know her trial don't have nothing to do with this current trial she's standing at. It don't really have a lot to do with her marriage, but it does make me look at that because see, people don't understand divorces. That's a whole nother different type of court affair, right? Divorces, that's a whole nother type of court proceeding when you go through that alone. Hold on, y'all. Back to what I was saying though, like divorce proceedings are a whole different type of court affair, right? Like there would be y'all splitting up assets, talking about custody and stuff like that. And it's a real thing celebrities go through, or any kind of marriage. When you got to go to divorce court, that's probably not more of a trial unless y'all have something else going on. It's just court proceedings. And my heart go out to her because she been to back ones. Is anybody looking at the woman just had babies? I wouldn't say back to back, but we know she had a little one for sure recently. Nobody's exempt, right, from court or trials or accountability for their actions, no matter how many children they have. Whether you're black, Hispanic, white, you do an alleged thing, you might have to answer for yourself, right? So we see that even applies to Cardi B. But I'm more on the side of the fans who agree that, yes, many celebrities have spoken out about it before, like their right to privacy or I'm not condoning her behavior of maybe assaulting fans or security guards. I'm not condoning it. But I do believe in self-defense when it comes to women. Period. Period. It's almost like a woman got to go over the mountain and across the road and fly across the skies to try to prove what she was going through or what somebody else might have been doing to take her to the level of self-defense. Then you cannot judge the way that a person, now this is just my opinion, you cannot judge the way a person defended themselves if you did not know how they were being attacked to begin with. You might think something that somebody's doing to protect themselves is absolutely crazy. Let's say they wake up in the morning and just pour honey all over their body. And you might think that's crazy. Like, who pours sticky honey all over their body? But that person feel like the sticky honey is protecting them from something that maybe you can't see or maybe you don't understand, right? Not saying this is Cardi B's case. I'm just giving an example. It's a lot of that going on. Like, people trying to say what's proper self-defense and what's not. But you know, when you're on celebrity status, they really gonna look at it because you already got so many people after your money. Okay, they already looking for ways to say that you sabotaged them somehow so they can sue you so they can get some money. Now with her trial, that is what some viral commenters are saying. They feel like, oh, that lady's just trying to get Cardi B's money. But I agree that the victim of any assault does deserve to be heard out. They deserve a fair trial, like we see what's going on. Like that part is true too. You know what I'm saying? People do deserve to be heard out. Because see, if somebody spit on Cardi B or throw a microphone at Cardi B or throw a shoe at Cardi B, trust me, she's gonna do something about it. Probably first, like when it comes to her character and how we all know her, she probably would want to take matters in her own hands, which is crazy because like on the status she on, people shouldn't trigger you that way. But I'm just here to remind people, don't y'all know? Somebody said celebrities are still humans. They get triggered. But I would say people seek to trigger them more often because once again, and you see that in somebody's life, it's something to do with money to me. I do agree with that. Like somebody that people just look to trigger from broad daylight to the nighttime hour. Why else would a person look to trigger you 24/7 if you ain't got no money? Literally, it do make you think about it. Are some of these cases and accusations right? Are they just to trigger certain people, or are the accusations absolutely true? Well, with some of Cardi B things she been going through, you know, they actually have footage of maybe you drawing back your hand and throwing a microphone in a crowd. Because with that story, I heard that she thought she was throwing a microphone at who threw the water at her. But she actually, the microphone ended up hitting somebody else. That's the thing about when we don't think about the intentions of what we're doing, right? Clearly, you didn't mean to hit an innocent person with your microphone, but it happened, right? If you know you at a show, you got bystanders standing around, woo woo woo, and some say, well, somebody throwing water at her wasn't an offense, but it shows you, like, I don't know, people really don't know. Because, like, I've had an officer tell me firsthand before, I don't care if it's a piece of straw paper. It's assault. If you look at it as assault, you using any tangible piece of anything to throw at somebody has always been considered assault if you get the right people to help you plead your case. Yeah, one legal official told me that before. I mean, that was just their opinion about something back in the day, but They was like, hey, Miss Whitney, I wouldn't care if it was a piece of straw paper. Assault is assault, because maybe I said, oh, it was just a hanger or it was just a shoe. It was just a shoe, right? Because I think she's been accused of throwing shoes and stuff like that too. But because the shoe goes on both feet, man, when it comes to assault. And then it's crazy, when you're talking about assault, like adult on adult type of deal. But when you talk about assault, even with children, that's a whole different, assault is still assault. But see how it's going to be way different. So if you're having a whole show, you might have children out there in the crowd too. Or just celebrities. I feel kind of bad for them sometimes because they can't seem to go nowhere without just people on bystand every second, every minute, waiting to catch footage of you, video. Look, we spotted Cardi B here. We spotted Cardi B there. Look, we seeing Rihanna. We seeing, that's a part of their life. But what I am questioning is like, is a lot of people even built for this? If you get to attacking and slapping phones out of the reporters' hands, it do make you wonder that, like, are you even built for what you do? You might have the talent, you might have the connections, you might have all the entourage, right? But see, people do watch how you treat your period. People gonna watch that. I don't care who you are. That's what tells them more about your character. Like, how do you treat your fans? How do you treat those? Like, I'm not saying she don't treat her fans cool. Like, there are some people that have had good experiences, I'm sure, with going to Cardi B shows or just catching her out in public and stuff like that. But others, that's what you've shown, right? Especially, and it's crazy. Once they catch, no wonder these people don't be wanting y'all taking footage and videos of them. Once they get one clip, they can make it look like anything, right? We've been kind of seeing that with the whole Krishan Rock situation as well with her baby. I noticed she's been more like silent. I wouldn't say silent, like she'll come out and speak about people's opinions when they talk about her kid, but really, people should pay attention. Notice she just be silent while people sharing pictures and claiming they're leaking medical records and claiming they're leaking this and that about a whole celebrity's life, right? I notice you'll see more of them just silent. And I wouldn't say they don't mean they don't see what you're saying about them, i.e. Drake or other celebrities, right, who name has kind of been ran in the mud lately when it comes to accusations. That's all I'm saying. Do we still remember what the definition of accusation is? Number one. Number two, or what the word allegedly means. What the word conspiracy means. All them words I just named do not mean truth. It means maybe possibility. It means maybe surrounding factors or what he said, she said. That is so crazy. Like, that celebrities go through that on a daily basis, though. Like I said, though, it just make you wonder, like, hey, were people even built for, when it comes to the character side of having fans? I don't want to say fanship, but yeah, let me call it fanship. Are you ready? Notice how we live in the age of clout. It's funny I said that because she got a song called Do Anything for Clout. Because it's a real part of this era that we'll never forget, even as we survive it right now. Everybody sees that. Everybody is doing a little bit of something more or less just for clout. And her song was a #1 hit for a reason. I don't think it's just because she was a talented rapper. We listened to the words, and it's called Do Anything for Clout. Okay, so we noticed that that's true, that people are more on it since the advancements of camera technology and footage and photos. I bet Cardi B know all about it. They can't wait to snap pictures of you. It's been celebrities like Kanye West, for example, right? He's been known to slap a phone or camera out of somebody's hand in a minute. And look what they did. They was just like, oh, this person must got mental health. Like me, I ain't went as far as slapping a phone or something out of somebody's hand, but I might give them that look to let them know I know what you want. And that's all I'm gonna say for right now. But I'm like, look, see, they don't even appreciate us. They don't, you think you just gonna put one black woman on a pedestal and say she be knocking phones out of people's hands and throwing microphones at them, and we all like that. First of all, there are black women out here every day that's dealing with the same thing, because it goes back to that question. who would be looking to constantly get a reaction out of you every single day and you ain't got no money? I mean, who wastes their time doing it on just a regular individual who has no connections, no personal references that somebody else find valuable? Yeah. Even if only what the eye could see, you think a person, oh, that person's nobody. That person ain't got no money. I'm gonna tell you something right now. Ain't nobody gonna work hard to get a reaction out of you that much. I'm still not excusing Cardi B's reaction to certain things, but see, people don't work that hard to get a reaction out of you. How she know somebody throwing water on her that day at this show wasn't a whole reaction grab attack? I want people to look at this more, especially as black people, because it's actually in our history that people would do things to provoke us. I mean, just to do it. It was like, I don't know what people want to call it, like, what kind of ritual that's supposed to be. But I do notice it happen a lot with people with money. Like, you just constantly trying to get a reaction out of them. Because if you can get them to throw something at you, throw a microphone, spit on you, like she's being accused of, one of these victims saying she spit on her. Because I didn't even know that. I'm like, well, as much as I love Cardi B, that's kind of crazy because spit is considered a whole assault too. I think a felony assault. But people just think it's cute to spit on somebody, slap somebody, push somebody, shove somebody, or they're getting more creative too. Like I said, to me, with the ways that they, what I'm saying, do these reaction grab attacks, because maybe they don't want to be caught on footage. And it's funny, the people that catch everybody on footage, they don't want to be caught on footage attacking nobody. So maybe they do it in more sinister, undercover ways. It's like, no, I know if I physically attack that person, somebody could end up with evidence with it. We are in the whole age of camera technology, and you just never know who's watching or following you at a certain time, right, to try to make you look a certain way. And it had made me wonder when it come to her. I say it just looked like she been in and out of court a lot since she divorced this one guy, Offset. She been just caught up. I ain't gonna say caught up, but just like you can just tell people trying to drag her name and everything. Now, this has been a part of Cardi B's issue though to me since she came out. Like, people been on it with sis. I just thought I was a good commentary to, reactor for this topic because I saw that from the beginning of Cardi B career. I'm not talking about when she was on Love and Hip Hop. I'm talking about when she elevated that word, when she elevated more into the music industry, right? It wasn't even hidden to me. You could tell sis had some crazy ass enemies. She might have them as a celebrity, but you could tell she had some crazy ones before she was in a lifestyle. Just the type of stuff they used to call themselves leaking, y'all. Please go back if you don't know what I'm talking about. Go back to the beginning of her career and look at the type of stuff people called themselves leaking about this woman. Whole old pictures and videos of what she used to do when she was in a strip club and stuff like that. Like, really, I know sis didn't curb, but that's back when she was more reactive. Like, she would get back on there and snap back, clap back. I think that's what they call it on the internet in a minute. But I respect her maturity and growth. I want Cardi B to know some of us as black women do see that. You know what I'm saying? Because whether she's black or not, she's definitely culturally indifferent a little bit, right? She has her own culture and things that surround her life, right? Which I'm not here to talk about that today because she has been open about different spirituality practices and stuff like that throughout the time of her career. But if y'all go back and pay attention to what she was going through, I wouldn't say going through, just look at the type of receipts people call themselves to tarnish her image when she first came out. There was just one celebrity I noticed that with. I promise I did. Like, they just automatically try to come out. I guess this was an effort to try to keep people in the industry from being interested in her. But guess what? It didn't work. You see who she ended up with and having kids with, and how much success they had across the billboard when they actually did music together, right? She's a prime example of no matter who tries to tear you down, what they use it, live your life and see where it take you type of deal. I'm not saying she's perfect or she's like the womanly standard for the world. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying she did a great job at exhibiting, like, look, I'm Cardi B, and look, people have a lot of shit to say about me all the time, but look at my success despite of. Look at it. Look at it. In some of these cases with them, as y'all know, it only launches their career a little further. Like, it maybe sets the platform grounds for her to, I know she just did an album or whatever, but I'm just saying, like, maybe this puts her more on the forefront in another way, right? To reel in more audience and attraction to her new album. I'm not saying that's what it is, but the timing is crazy. Like, new album, court trial. Because some people, I respect it. They're going to work regardless of what cases you're trying to lay on them, surround them with, put under their feet. How is that a crime for that person to still work? Or last I checked, Cardi B still got kids to take care of. Probably family members too. You feel me? The celebrities don't always show us who all they take care of at every given moment. You know what I'm saying? But I'm sure she has a lot of people that rely on her. I feel like she showed a positive exhibition of, not even when she was married. She didn't just take care of her kids. Are y'all crazy? She had her husband's kids right there with them by their side, and photo shoots and family events and stuff. And I used to look at her and applaud her, like, that's what I'm talking about, sis. Show them that black love does have levels to it, because sometimes families are incorporated. What is that? They're influenced different ways. Like, somebody might have been married into the family, or somebody is just a long-time family friend, right? That doesn't change just because you become a celebrity. But yes, who you associate yourself with definitely must. But I said, is this showing us something? Like, it do seem like, I don't know. Like, I was just one of those that felt like her husband did her kind of wrong. Because, sir, it was clearly exhibited. No matter what you try to tell us about that woman today, we saw how she rode for you. We saw that. You could say she was cheating or whatever you want to say, sir, but when it comes to women that genuinely love your kids like they're her own while she raises her kids, you don't find too many of those, especially today. So many more people are out for self. They more looking at who kids you should and shouldn't take care of because they're not biologically yours. Though no, everybody won't popularly speak on it all the time, but I do. Here at You Will Make It TV. I speak about family a lot at You Will Make It TV. Not my own family, just the topic of family dynamics. It's like people have forgotten. Families are inbred all kind of ways, even if it's with different races or different cultures or different practices. Every family was made differently. So I'll always respect that. That's not doing anything for clout. I believe she was just that type of woman. Hey, if we're married, your kids are gonna be taken care of too, right? People try to make it like it ain't about money, bro. It still go back to money every time. Even when people get like I said, we're not just talking about tarnishing your name on podcasts and all that stuff no more, and blogs and all this stuff no more. We're talking about people actually doing things to get a reaction out of you so they can get you in court. It's like the new money grab. People better pay attention, because even Diddy paid Cassie how many millions of dollars? They still ended up in court. That's all I know. He sat there and paid that woman Cassie. What I'm trying to explain is, no matter how much they try to keep money out of it as the reason that people be doing stuff, it still go back to money. Especially when you're a celebrity. Maybe they couldn't get her to stay with Offset, so they said, well, we're going to try this way. We're going to go back and bring up all the ways she reacted that we feel like she shouldn't have reacted. But if I'm not Cardi B's attorney or nothing like that, but if you can go back and prove whole reaction setups, I don't know who has time to do that though, right? That's why they call them fans. Somebody who sit all day and just come up with a creative way to get you to react to something so they can benefit off of you. But you still got people that look at people that keep to themselves, just like Cardi B, just like Rihanna. You don't see Rihanna in the news, in the blog headlines all the time going to jail for fighting women. If anything, Rihanna more on some family shit. Like, she's trying to experience and enjoy as a woman, because a parent can be a man or a woman, but as a woman, it is a whole different type of vibe and experience for you to live motherhood, for you to put in the work, you know what I'm saying, to build these bonds and relationships with your children. It's not just about money, actually. We know she can buy her children anything she want to. But look at the effort she actually put in. And that's just my opinion. No, it wasn't for clout. When you're talking about Cardi, she actually loved her kids. Compared to other celebrities, I ain't gonna say it ain't no celebrities that don't love their kids, but I'm just saying I feel like she powerfully exhibits that. Powerfully and openly. Even with her shows and on the road and all the stuff she be having to do, those kids look healthy. Cause you can kind of tell even through videos and photos, the kids that's just like kind of forced to take pictures and do stuff. I don't care what nobody say. You can tell the ones that's like that and where kids actually look genuinely happy with their families. I'm gonna just say it like that. So I couldn't believe of all people. I don't know. I'm just trying to give my opinion about the topic. Like, once again, she's not exempt from being penalized. I mean, if you reacted a certain way and it led to assault, then yeah, I'm kind of saying that, sis, you kind of put yourself in a net, in a box for exactly where they want you. I'm not saying it's right for a fan to throw water on you, but is your reaction at the end of the day, was it worth, right? That's what I'm trying to get people to see the value of response to here at You Will Make It TV. Through our growing process, through our healing processes at You Will Make It TV, we talk about topics like this, reaction, and, you know, reserving your energy for the right times. Like, let's say you argue with a person that's so irrelevant for 3 days straight, you tired, now you out of breath, now you don't have a voice, but a real situation come up 3 days later, now you have no energy to actually fight what really matters because you just wasted 3 days on an irrelevant person, right? Celebrities have to think about this. Not just them, but I say people on levels with money because it look like it's a new scam just to get people to react. So you can drag them to court and take 2 million, 3 million from them. It's just funny. It's like, to me, it's a lazy way to, and if it is easy, it shouldn't be. Well, since we can't change that, everybody can't see that yet, people as individuals with money better pay attention. I think stuff be whole staged to get reactions out of people. That way, they feel better when they standing in trial and court with you. They feel better feeling like, even if it's a fairy tale, that you did something to them when you reacted. But I was saying personally, when it comes to them phones though, people, I've been trying to talk about that. Like, then you want to get mad when somebody slap it out your hand and it's a celebrity. If they ask you nicely, hey, no photos, no interviews today, they just trying to go to the supermarket or make it to their car. They just be trying to live their life. You know? And it's like more than her though. Like, that you seen kind of react sometimes when it comes to them putting them cameras in their faces when they in public settings as a celebrity. How long have we been seeing this now? I don't say every celebrity does it, but I do feel like they be trying certain ones. Like the ones we have heard about, just so happen, they have millions upon millions of dollars. They had some of the biggest contracts, the one who didn't want the cameras in their faces, honestly. They had some of the biggest record deals. And all they asking for is a little privacy when they go out in public. Like, okay, we get it. You a fan and all of this, but who looks worse? The person who can't respect the boundaries and privacy of a person they hollering they're a fan of, or the celebrity? That's like you saying, oh, they don't have no emotions. They're a millionaire. They don't have no, you know, she shouldn't mind me snapping pictures of her. I mean, because morally and technically, it's not right. It's not right. Now you just gonna smother that person energy because you feel like you're abundant enough for you to do that. Like, the intention though behind it, I just know that the universe judge everything accordingly. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people do. If you know Kanye West done already went off on one photographer for doing it, why would you walk up on him doing it? That's what I'm saying. It's like some of this stuff look intentionally set up to get reactions out of certain celebrities. I don't know what the next level is, but I mean, and then maybe the celebrities feel like they have something to prove. Like, oh, I'll slap this at your hand. I'll slap the phone or the camera out your hand. It's just funny to think about because I have never done that. Even if I thought a person was recording me or trying to take pictures of me on the slick slide, I ain't never knocked the camera out of nobody's hand. Me personally, mm-mm. And it's their phone or camera, like it's actually their property. It's like I actually think about stuff like that. It might piss me off, or I might holler, "Hey, boundaries," because there are ways that you can set boundaries. And if you having bodyguards and security ain't setting boundaries, I don't know what else is. That's how lost our society is right now. Whatever this new strong presence is of working to get reactions out of people, it does not care about boundaries. I can tell y'all that right now. But I still believe in boundaries, and I believe that you don't have to be some $1 billion status person to what are the words? To practice boundaries in your life. Not only should you be practicing them, if you have kids and other family members, you should probably want them to know that too. Like, that's okay if people feel like they close or they can get super close to people. But the problem lies in society where anybody think they can do that to anybody these days because the internet has made them that comfortable. They don't see boundaries no more. It's so funny. It's almost like we exchanged advanced technology for boundaries. Something that's very real, something that actual therapists and psychologists actually encourage people to have. Because, for your mental well-being, if it wasn't important, they wouldn't preach about it. Therapists and people like that, psychologists, they wouldn't even mention boundaries at all. Clearly, the opposite definition of boundaries is somebody too close to your personal, everything you care about, everything you are that's important to you. Without boundaries, it's completely under sabotage. Because now you got a bunch of people that you don't even know in business that wasn't even meant for them. That's what's crazy. And stories that wasn't even meant for them to be in. That's why you got to let things play out. Let's say I go steal your black car, but only you, I didn't know that you were the only one specialized to drive this special type of car or what you went through to get that car. But then I wonder why the car locks me in it type of deal. Just trying to give an example. You just thought you got away with stealing it, but then it's these other things you find out about the car, and then you like, oh, that's why this car was reserved for this person. You got a lot of people just trying to squeeze themselves in the shoes in places like that's just don't seem like it's gonna go well, bro. Like, oh, I'm gonna get Cardi B to react so I can take her to court, and said, okay, well, make sure they don't find proof and evidence behind the scenes that there's some shit you set up so you could get some money out of Cardi B. But see, Cardi B, P. Diddy, people like them, they're not me. You have to look a little closer, bro, and they actually have the money to. Who's sending people at you left and right to get you to react? Photographers and podcasters, and who's doing it? Even with offers, people got to be careful. They be ready to jump on the first offer of a deal or contract. And if you don't, something's supposed to be wrong with you. No, some of us still practice boundaries. Depending on what came with that contract or offer, you just didn't take it. Period. Because definitely they're going to be on your grill in case if you take it and your name get brought up in some BS. So shout out to those that still practice boundaries and who respect boundaries and teach boundaries to the young people that might not know. They trying to normalize just letting people get all up in people's spaces through the internet, and I think it's weird as hell. Period. That's just like saying boundaries don't exist. Or maybe that's the devil's plan here. Like, hey, I'm here to tear down everybody's boundaries. It reminds me of the Jericho wall story in the Bible, like how them people had to walk around the wall, I think it was for 7 days, until the wall fell. But I don't know what made me think about that. You think about a wall, you think about boundaries. But I'm sure even God agrees with boundaries and agrees with boundary setters. And God probably even be the one speaking to people, telling them to make sure they keep their boundaries strong. Period. Because look at the changes in the world today. People have it twisted. Since when did best friend? Notice they got all these new songs out about best friends. Y'all keep up with me. Oh, best friend, we killing them. Then they got another one like, that's my best friend. She a real bad, got her own money. I mean, it's so many songs just in the past 5 years that came out about quote unquote best friends. Like they're trying to normalize, like, yeah, I mean, you got a best friend. That's the person supposed to be all in your business. That's what I heard when I hear all them songs. Like, they done had so many songs, so many different rappers lately come out with a whole song called Best Friend. I think it's cute if you're talking about a relationship or something, or what did they think they was teaching us about best friends? Like, oh, we just trying to normalize, turn up, make it like cool to have a best friend, which like since when did we tell people we need them to do that? Like everybody has always had not everybody, but if you wanted a best friend, if you got a best friend. You know what I'm saying? But we looking at actual reality and how many people had best friends still fell victim to like whole setups. Whole setups, bro. Let's not be crickets now. Y'all the one was encouraging you. Best friend is best friend that. That's my best friend. She a real bad, got her own money. That ain't a Cardi B song though. That's just another one out there that I think in a song she says she's so bad that I just can't take this beat nowhere. It is a hit, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I was saying it's kind of catchy, all the best friend songs, but back in the day it was more like friends. How many of us have them? That's the kind of songs you heard about friends, or the song My Prerogative or something. You know what I'm saying? Where people actually was telling you to be careful. Poison, poison, poison. They were actually trying to teach us to be careful way back then. Like, no, some girls don't trust a big butt and a beautiful smile, right? Literally, like that's how. I just said. Then you seen the music kind of turn to no. Let's put lyrics that actually have them trust their friends again. It's just weird, bro. Like, the influence can't influence if we see actual truth that shines out of what you're actually encouraging people to do. And Cardi B, she kind of like me. Like, she got daughters. I don't know. I say kind of like me in so many different ways. Like, we similar ages. Even when it comes to like her multiple failed relationships and stuff like that, they just swear women like that, oh, there's no cause for them. Well, what does her success say? Does it really just say she really don't need anybody? I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. What does her success say though? Without the friends, without the old stripper life, without old ex-husband, who is she? And what she showed us, she's still a bad MFer if you ask me. You know what I mean? But people not ready to look at that. They still want to make it look very, very impossible for a black independent woman to thrive, bro. And it's just like, to me, it's noticeable. You mean to tell me less than 6 months after this divorce with your husband? Because even if they was together, she still would have had to go to court about whatever assault to fan or security guard. You still would have been in court. But my question is, would hubby have been sitting there with you? Because, when he was in and out of court and stuff, she was right there. She was right there. Facts. When he was being in the news, like, one of these videos, they was outside in New York somewhere, and he was supposedly being harassed by the police. It was Cardi B ran outside. It was like she was the officer. Like, hey, y'all better get away from my man. She was out there, causing a scene. She was like, hold up, what's going on? What happened here? Just already outside regulating stuff. To me, she really is who she say she is in her music. Now, she probably wouldn't just ride like that for any man. That was her husband. If that ain't showing us something about what black women be going through, bro, she was right there through all of his quote unquote, law, what you want to call them, law ordeals. Court dates and back and forth. She was right there with bro. Oh yeah, when he lost his group band member too. I don't know. I think more than just me, like a lot of Cardi fans are kind of like disappointed when it comes to probably like how her relationship ended up turning out. But really, it happens to the best of us. You know what I'm saying? It was just another example. Like, look how much you put into that man. Look how much you gave him. And I know she gave him more than just a kid. She gave him money and gifts and stuff because she used to do it publicly, and they would show it off on the internet. You done bought that man chains. See? And I don't know what the generation is turning into, but they do have a lot of music songs now like, oh, you need, like where the woman is saying, or the other song, where would you be without me? They, once again, to the young black men or older black men that don't understand, just because the music industry pushes a narrative or pushes a influence on black women doesn't mean all of us follow it. Number one, I can speak for all of us when I say that. Like, since when did entertainment mean that's what people are actually doing? That's weak-minded people who watch a music video and then just decide, well, that's who. But we got to remember, some of this stuff is actually raising people. Radio is what they listen to. Music videos is what they watch. This is who shapes who they become. She actually not one of those out here rapping and singing about depression and anxiety and stuff. I respect her. She actually talks about what it's like. Like, when you're a woman of influence, honestly, not to try to like normalize Cardi B's music to everybody, but she talks about the raw realities too of, before she was even married, bro. Like, that's why I'm encouraging people, go back before you write Cardi B off and go actually look at what her particular career path came with. Because it wasn't easy. Everybody breaks through different industries or careers in different ways. We are aware of that now. But with her, it was definitely a independent journey. So some women, we still like to see that. And it made me think, because I saw in the news today that they might be proposing something to revoke women's rights. That's a whole nother topic. Right here in America. Maybe that'll jog people's memory a little bit when it comes to American history and the fact that once upon a time, women did not even have certain rights right here in our own country. There was a whole era of women standing up no matter what colors they were. Here in America, they actually went through something before where they stood up to have rights. At one point, women could only work certain jobs, do certain things. That's just how it was. They were, I don't know, expected to only do certain things, right? Like, they were actually raised back then to be the perfect housewife. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't looked at like, oh, you're gonna break out and do something big. That's why it was always history making when a woman did. When anybody changed history, it's pretty important, but like when you were a woman doing it, you probably did get more backlash. And like I said, it was things that led to the whole women's rights movement. And it's just funny, you never thought in modern day society you would see the president saying, yeah, I might propose revoking women's rights. But y'all can go look that up on your own. He actually really is talking about that. Maybe they feel like, and it's just crazy. So, okay, we're going to use all the women and then take their rights. Like, what are we really becoming in America? I hope that if they were to pass something like that, that's crazy. So women's right, what would they mean? Child support, stuff like that didn't even exist at first, right here in America. But we look at these people with money. That's why I say people with money, is crazy what they go through. Like, even how hard they have to fight for their kids after a divorce because somebody else is just looking at, and she's who she is. No, that's why we know it's about a money grab. Just look at how, on average, we're not talking about long-standing marriages that have lasted up until today. We're talking about marriages that actually happen today. How long are they actually lasting? I guess you could say in the black community too. Like, how long do the average marriage actually last now? It's crazy. Anybody even in the past 10 years that might have been married or gotten married throughout the pandemic, a lot of them not even married now. That's not just celebrities. Those statistics are real. Like divorce rates are steady climbing. The more technology advances, they even have blow up dolls that people entertain now, or robot women they can order uh, online from Amazon today. We been saw that agenda, like, and just to let y'all know, it's been written that on a spiritual level, the devil hates women. He does. Like he highly and it's really crazy. Like, okay, Satan, for somebody that likes to cross dress and walk in the light of a woman, you should be the last one to hate women. But Satan actually does. That's another topic for another day. I can find the scriptures and everything that talk about that actually. He hate women. But he, in the same way, you want the favor of the woman, you want the light of the woman, you want to be able to do what the woman do. You didn't see the Little Nas X picture where he was pregnant, supposedly? Not like supposedly, but he did a whole photo like shoot where he got the fake belly on. So you mock Christ and then you turn around and want to carry yourself as a woman. Catch on, ladies and gentlemen. But you want to decrease the woman in every way possible that you can. And it's weird. I'm not talking about Cardi B. I'm just talking about an agenda that seems to be against women right now. Predominantly, those that have like proven like, hey, I can build something. I can build a legacy. And it just be them and their kids. How you gonna force a person to be a single mother and then get jealous of whatever success she might find while she's doing her independent ventures? That's crazy, bro. But it's a lot of that going on. They force them to be single mothers, and then if they end up coming up on some success, you supposed to owe the fathers. That's crazy. Oh yeah, I mean, if you don't, they're gonna try to find some way. Well, let's try to get her to react. That way, if she say something or do something in these text messages or in these video films, now we have a way to get money. Look at the women that's happening to. But they still trying to paint the narrative that black women are not worth this or that. Them the first ones y'all like to have on stand and trial when she got some money. Shout out to Wendy Williams. She's all too familiar. And Britney Spears, she's not even black. So this topic is just, I'm just being general, but it could be any woman. Because I saw Britney Spears kind of go through that too. That's crazy. Like how your husband end up with the kids and you got to pay him. Like, damn, Britney Spears, last we checked, you was the breadwinner. You was the one that put everybody on. I ain't gonna say everybody, but yeah, she put a lot of people on. They wouldn't have had jobs. They wouldn't be who they were without Britney Spears. Yeah, they wouldn't even be. I just get sick of seeing it. Like, it be independent celebrity women that made things possible for other people that they be trying to mentally shut down and have do it at the table, Pooh. Here, sit at the table. Yeah. I knew I wasn't tripping with it, like noticing it. A regular person, you wouldn't work hard day and night. I don't know what I mean when I say a regular person, but just like a regular person with no money, you wouldn't work day and night to try to get a reaction out of them. Look how quick, because when Cardi B gave a reaction, throwing a microphone or spitting on somebody or shoving somebody, look how quick they have you in that courtroom. And y'all think the topic of reactions don't matter? But everybody be here giving reactions. But when it comes to reactions in real life, who are you? Who am I? We say that it's kind of a issue of emotional intelligence, but now I'm starting to think it's deeper than that. Like, it's just have to be renormalized. Like, teach them early. You know what I'm saying? You are what you react to. You're not what people do to you, but you are your reaction. You really are. Others are trying to defend her and say, well, whoever threw the water on her while she was on stage, they deserve her throwing the microphone. But you see how people think? Please don't take just anybody advice today. Some teach their kids, hey, somebody hit you, hit them back. But that's like a whole reaction you teaching somebody. Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I do know it's a lot of people out there. They say they was raised like that, and to this day they teach their own kids. Oh, somebody hit you, hit them back. Well, what if it's a big 280-pound ass 6'3" man hit your little girl and you taught her to hit back? I would say that's not that's maybe a different topic of self-defense or something, but you just telling them to hit everybody back. That's the reaction you teaching that person to walk in for the rest of their life. And we wondering why so many people is screwed up when it comes to how they respond to certain things that people are intentionally getting them to react to. You know what I'm saying? It's not just like, oh, get it through your head, stop reacting to everything. No, you got to break it down to people. Like, what are you really sacrificing willingly when you just let a person affect you any kind of way? Here, take that one. Come on. Here, open it. Tell Emery to open it for you. Yeah, like, do people see that might be a form of self-sabotage in itself? Because you can't control what a person do to get you to react, but you can control how you react. I just say, why is that so much more challenging for a celebrity? Because the stresses and the pressure is a little more probably like y'all see it. Kanye West done slapped phones out of people's hands. It was another man. I can't think. Was it Jay-Z? Like, it's just been a lot of people that have been known to do that. I wonder, should I do more of a channel? I don't want to call it lessons, but just like more insight when it comes to my opinions about practice the art of reactions. Literally, we live in a trending era time where people literally call them reaction videos, right? That's exactly what this is. Cause it'd be like, if you, even when it comes to media, like, what do they call it? Social media influence, right? Even there, they gonna do stuff on there to get a reaction out of you. As celebrities, they know all about it. They're gonna, I mean, even when they come out and respond to whatever fans be talking about, like, do people even take them serious? So you really can never change a person's opinion about you. They have a right to that. But I say it's a thin line, like, how far they willing to go to get you to react shows you what's really going on. You know what I mean? And I see that with Cardi B life. If she could learn to chill on that level a little more, and see, kids will have you do that. You just get a little more mature. You're able to look at it. And you're like, no, I'm saving my energy for all affairs that pertain to my kids. I don't have time to be out here entertaining people who are just looking to get reactions so they can feed their kids, when I actually have real kids to feed. I know Cardi B might feel like that too. That's crazy. They be so desperate to get you to, because, you know, that kind of put money in their pocket for a person to be able to say, oh, I got Arthur Tedasheri to respond to this. But they'll never tell you that they set up the act to get that person to respond. Thank you, Pooh. You see? They'll come tell you, girl, I heard her going off last night. But they won't say where they were involved to get you to go off. You know what I'm saying? Do they think we stupid in this generation? All that's added to this, why they like, oh, the younger generation seem behind or slow or something wrong with them. Nope, it's just advanced technology's been added to the equation. Advanced technology, AI, people have always been, you know, rumor spreaders and gossipers. But see, when you mix it with the internet, where you sabotaging a person's whole reputation, their whole image, well, now you see more people in and out of court. Period. We can go ahead and get comfortable and get used to it, because, you know, people are fighting back about their image, their name, their reputation. When they were busy working in their careers, it's too many exes. They go straight to that, bro. Like, straight to that. They swear they done moved on, but they really working to sabotage your whole career, because maybe they feel like, hey, you shouldn't have one. You're not with me. That's crazy. What does my career have to do with a relationship with any man, right? Your career efforts, your career style. I mean, like Cardi B should have made the Billboard charts. I think she just did it again. On the top 100, one of her songs just made like 70 something, success. And she hasn't been with her husband. You see what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? Some people heartbreak just motivates them. They put that heartbreak energy into something more positive. Why is it after you break up with somebody, they swear anything you do with your work is about them? When you was probably into that work before you met them. They'll try to switch the narrative and be like, oh, well, her new album, every song on there, she must be talking about Offset. You see how they cause problems in people's lives? I hope that makes sense. Like, if a woman was already a rapper before she married you, why would you say her new rap song is about you just because y'all divorced? It's giving exes be jealous of independent black women. But that is not a popular opinion. That's my opinion. People be whole jealous. Exes, families, ex friends. If Cardi B songs ain't talked about it, how y'all gonna call yourself fans and think she don't know? Um, she's talked all about it, and I don't think it's some type of street talk. It don't matter what level of money you own. Jealousy exists. Jealousy and envy. If you haven't never seen it before, get a little money in your pocket. People talking about jealousy and envy are low vibrational energies that only exist in poverty stricken communities. That's not true. Jealousy and envy, that's why you got so many crimes TV shows right now where every time they solving the case on the first crime network TV shows, it always go back to money, bro. And somebody that was close to the person, staging everything. Period. I don't watch too many crime shows that make you like look for details. Because if those people would have been looking at the details, they wouldn't be on Crime Network. They would be alive. And maybe they did see red flags and details, but they ignored them, and then look, their story ends up on Crime Network TV. So, yeah, money, you can't just say emotions like jealousy, envy, insecurity, and stuff only exist in poverty stricken communities, period. Even if you go to the homeless tent communities, jealousy be out there. Somebody might be jealous that your tent is nicer than theirs. They might be jealous that you got your food stamps first, and both of y'all in the same boat struggling. You're literally both on the streets homeless, right? So it's like, I noticed that too. Even on that level of struggling, if you around too many other people that's struggling, it ain't like you trying to say you better than nobody. Hey, look, I see we all struggling. But look, if too many of us are in a room together and I know that my mind is set on getting out of this fucking struggle, somebody might be envious of that. Like, who do you think you are? You're crabs like the rest of us. What you over there sitting out business plans and goals for? That's how they that's how they look at it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, for those that don't know, yeah. Crab in a bucket mentality scenarios are very real, and it's why the Crime Network TV still exists. I bet you jealousy and envy is the foundational emotion that starts so much unnecessary things. Once again, it goes back to me. You know what I'm saying? Your reaction. It forces you to have not one at all. Because, like, if I'm that serious of my success and not trying to look like a goofy when I reach my success and they got me on the news fighting the cameraman, then I would look and be working on myself now. And how you going to do that with a bunch of other crabs who don't want you to do that? Make it make sense. That's why people who have elevated their life, they had to cut people off, bro. They just had to. Too many people involved in where your success going, you're not going to even get there. How many know that I'm telling the truth? You better have a strong team that has the same goal that you have and that know that what their place is and where they getting paid. Then you might be able to avoid that and still reach success levels. See, because success is in the eye of the beholder. They only say that about beauty, but I feel like it's the same way with success. Like, me getting a bike tomorrow might be a successful thing I did to me. You feel me? The next person might say, look, that person on a bike. And they might laugh. And they might say, you ain't successful, you on the bike. I'm in this Jaguar, I'm in this Bentley, or whatever they drive. But you feeling successful on your bike. Because maybe it's a electric bike, what they call it, a moped. You just happy to have wheels to get, to you, it's an elevation. It's a new step up. I don't have to have $1 million to feel successful. Sometimes overcoming, like if you could sense that somebody was trying to get a reaction out of you yesterday and you didn't give them that reaction, boom, that was a level of success for me. Another day of my life that I didn't give somebody a reaction. Because look, when I see Cardi B on trial, it made me proud of myself. Not because she's on trial, but because where I feel like it meant nothing that I ignore people trying to get reactions out of me every day, it do mean something. I could be sitting in court just like Cardi B right now. Because I slapped the phone out of somebody's hand. Because I slapped through a microphone. What you mean? Because and I swear they stay waiting, lingering, waiting on you to do it anyway. So how is that not people trying to get you to react, bro? Yeah, they do that. Why, especially if they feel like it's some kind of money grab behind it. If we know the economy is like it is and everybody fighting just to have a spot somewhere, it pays us to pay attention to it. I'm just not going to ever be doing that bad where I'm like, who can I get a reaction out of today so I can get some money? Like, they have no proof of me ever doing that, bro. Like me doing a Google search saying, how can I do this to somebody so I can get some money on the other side? I might research my rights and I might research laws and stuff like that, but I'm not looking to just intentionally provoke somebody every day. That's why, if anything, they're going to say that person's more distant. How does that supposed to prove you're actually trying to antagonize somebody? They say a narcissist might do that, like come in and out of your life, right? Because it's like a power control thing. But if you're not even coming in and out, you just be to yourself, how are you doing it? You see what I'm saying? How are you coming for somebody? And it might seem like the world is getting to a more lonelier place if people got to keep to themselves just to try to, you can't be a leader standing up talking about pay your rent, go to work. And people are literally being sabotaged for taking one step up above the level, not 10 steps, just one step towards success. People sabotaging them. It's weird. It's very, very weird. But I would just say the next time you judge somebody who looks very reactive, kind of like Cardi B, I just understand that it must not be easy. She had to tell people all the time, hey, keep my kids. Don't just take pictures of my kids because I'm a celebrity and I'm outside. I feel like celebrities should prove their point. Start suing more people because you're not playing with them. They just want views and reviews on their podcast. But you told them no in a nice way. Hey, no pictures today. No video footage. It's like they don't get it. They don't get it. Like that's a person with rights still. Which maybe y'all say, well, if they can't deal with it, they shouldn't be celebrities. Because I kind of feel like that too. You knew paparazzi was going to be around the day you became a rapper. I mean, period. I know that people know that attention comes with fame. Attention. Especially unwanted attention. It's how they trying to mix the unwanted attention with the famous and regular people too. If you just end up on social media, you could very well become one of those people who receive unwanted attention. You see what I mean? You don't have to be a celebrity famous status for that to happen to you. But I feel like more celebrities see that it hasn't just been them, bro. Like if it's I just say it's more to that. If you got a team, a body of people steady working to get a reaction out of you, them people must be hungry as hell. They need some money. So sometimes you got to let them stay hungry. Go make that off another person you can get an easy reaction out of. You feel me? Some people actually care about their futures. They don't want to be drugged in and out of court with somebody who just wanted to play with their evidence of having how they reacted to what they were doing. Why are we talking about this? Because I'm sure Cardi B wouldn't have went to the level of having to feel like she got to defend her whole self at concerts. I wonder how she thought about that. Like, girl, they probably staged it for one of your fans right on the front row to throw water on you while you on stage. people do know about your shows before the shows start. So they have all that time to conjure up what they gonna do to you once you at your show. Cause you know when they at their show, they at work. I don't know what people thought about rappers, so I'm interested to see how her little trial go too. Like how you gonna throw water at somebody whole at work? Do that to a regular working person. See, they might react like Cardi B did. Cause that's the type of stuff people do. They see you at work. They see you actually working, right? Even if it's something they think you shouldn't do, or they don't like how you rap, or they don't like the kind of clerical assistant you are. Okay, well, we know now you don't like that person. But see, not liking somebody should never go to the level of, okay, well, I'm finna go to the next level of sabotaging their whole career. Because what would you call throwing water on somebody while they on stage? What would you call that? And you a fan. You on the front stage. That fan was on the second row, the third row, or the first row. You was close enough for the water to actually get on the rapper. It's just kind of unheard of. Like rappers and people who perform on stage, they usually don't get water thrown on them. So I hope her lawyer do come through for her. Like as far as her throwing shoes, the different stuff, I don't know. But I say that a rapper or a industry person have a right to defend themselves, just like the average civilian. Like I said, imagine you being at work. You a hard working firefighter or something. Somebody just pour some water on you. Throw it. I don't care how you try to defend that. It's disrespectful. Now that's disrespectful. I feel like to assault somebody at any time is disrespectful. But literally, while they're working, while they're literally on stage working, is disrespectful. While they're literally on stage working, like any other time, you could throw water on somebody. I'm sure Cardi B go to pool parties and other stuff where water can be thrown. There's a proper and improper setting for certain things. So that's nothing but hate. Now I relate to her lyrics. That ain't nothing but hate for a person to literally want to attack you while you're working, bro. What else do you call that? That's why she said it already. They do anything for clout. It proves it because that's why when people get new jobs and stuff, you notice they straight post it on social media. Like, look at me in my new work uniform. Like me personally, I haven't did that since maybe the age of 23, 24. Nobody does that anymore. But now they get a new job, they gotta announce it on social media, they gotta even prove the proof by taking a picture at the job when they get there. These is just examples of doing anything for clout, just like she said. I don't know, that's how I feel about it. Like, if you willing to throw water on a person while they at stage, you clearly needed some clout. You clearly wanted to be the one to jump on social media and say you was the one that did it, so you can take her to court. This how they play though. So, but when the celebrity defend themselves and slap the camera out your hand or throw a microphone back, because it really is a problem. Maybe even the celebrities see it. Like, people have forgotten the meaning of boundaries. They make it hard for you to do your shows and make your money, because y'all know they get paid to do shows and tours and concerts. How you gonna comfortably make money at a concert and people throwing shit at you on stage? Like, let's be honest. You're kind of messing with that person's money. It's cool till it's not, right? Till you think you bringing Cardi B to court, but you actually end up owing her because you overstepped her boundaries. See, I'm using her situation as an example real quick. While I warm me up some more good old coffee. Thank you, boom. Do y'all think Cardi B was practicing self-defense, or they just trying to make her look like she can't control her reactions? It's kind of you can make a person look like that if they just assault a person for no reason. Yeah. Yeah. Do they be thinking, y'all? Like, you can only say that a person can't control their reactions if you wasn't doing something to them. I mean, and they just reacted. You know what I'm saying? Like Kanye West, he'll grab the mic, get on stage, go on talking rants. Maybe somebody like that, you could say they can't control their reactions. But if you actually have it on footage that somebody threw water at her first, that's like, wouldn't you say a normal reaction? Especially if you was caught off guard, you feel like you got to defend yourself out of nowhere, and then boom, you reacted. They trying to build cases on instances where people actually have proof that you were trying to get a reaction out of them. It's crazy, bro. It's crazy work. Literally, on that video, it shows the fan throwing the water at her first, bro. But, self defense is not supposed to apply because you're a celebrity. But they be all up in your face with cameras and questions. You feel me? I would just say your reaction. How have celebrities respond to that? They keep walking. They kind of do like a hand signal, like, no questions today. I'm not interested. I don't know. I've been paying attention. Then they'll say you're an unfriendly celebrity. I've heard some celebrities be labeled as that, like, oh, that person don't even associate with their fans. Those out there still exist. From sports celebrities to actors, not just musicians. A lot of them, they put their sunglasses on and ignore the hell out of you. You can take as many pictures as you want to. They not answering no questions. They not finna look your way. They trying to show you, I don't need your publicity. Like, I've already made it. That's something that publicists choose to do, right? But we know that the publicists don't even have a job without the celebrities. And it shows. They've been having to get creative about what they talk about. Maybe the celebrities aren't as interested anymore. They picking anybody to go get a reaction out of these days. For some money, I'm telling you. She said do anything for clout. They love turning it up in their speakers, but they can't notice when they're actually doing it. I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. It's a part of the culture I can't say I can get with. I can't get with that. So they'll try to shine light on where you struggling to make you feel like, well, it don't look like you have too many other options. Oh, okay. So I'm just supposed to get clout off of getting reactions out of people every day? I'd rather keep working hard and see where that take me. That's weird. Soon as your life resemble a few struggles, you supposed to be down with what everybody else doing just to get out that struggle. I'm not that type of person. It's crazy. I don't know why that's the stigma of black women though. And then they be literally shocked, bro, like shocked out of their pants, like, oh my God, I couldn't get that black woman to react. Well, who told you could? Who told you that I might not even be able to sense because I'm a black woman that's exactly what you're trying to do. Like, we have to understand who we are too, right? Even if I'm a black woman with no status and no money and no, right? I would still like to be aware that I'm one of the number one cultures of the world, that there's actually history of people doing things to get a reaction out of quote unquote my kind or my type. But that's still a question though. People swear after a breakup, anything you doing is to get a reaction out of somebody else. Like, y'all do know after breakups, people still have to eat every day, wash their behinds every day, pay their bills every day, whether they're... It's just something as a black woman that I've always paid attention to. You don't mean to sound heartless. You don't mean to sound like, oh, I just moved on or something like that. But the fact is, whether as a black woman you're married or not, you still got to eat every day. You still have kids to provide for. You still have bills to pay. So why would an ex just make it like, oh, well, this person is still doing this type of work to affect me? If it affects you, something wrong with you. If you think a woman's whole life is supposed to stop because y'all not together no more. I see God moving swifter and swifter to break the pride and ego struggle that clearly exists in America. Like, that's what they pretty much fighting over: pride, ego, and money. You know what I'm saying? Because like a black woman can't break up and have a glow up without somebody swearing her glow up is to get back at somebody. You do know that's what happens naturally to a woman, but I'm not gonna get into that. It does. Like if you anybody, if you get out of a toxic something that was not even meant for you, a lot of people live in regret instead of telling God, no, God, I'm not gonna live in regret. Maybe that person wasn't even for me. So maybe you just wasted 6 or 7 months of your life, or you look at it as a new experience that you have to, you don't have to look at it as regret. You look at it like, okay, how would my life have been that 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years I was with that person? What would my life have been had I not been with that person? They swear, oh, you just would have been with another person. That or might have been on another glow up way sooner than now. I don't know. I think women should think about it. Women should definitely think about it. Like, I'm not saying regret we all got exes, even Cardi B. But if your life seemed to just suddenly get 10 times worse after you leave a person, people really supposed to sit back and just look at that as karma? I told y'all it's a pride, ego, and money problem in America. They just supposed to assume that, well, this person has karma. That person life ain't been the same since she broke up with that person. Like, what? I know trying to put a narrative on me like that would never work because it's just scientifically proven. Every time I've been single, I do very powerful things. Like, just things that maybe I didn't even think of doing while I was in a relationship. That's the thing. They want to pretend like relationships don't distract women. They do. Sometimes in a good way, sometimes negatively. But if it's a negative distraction, that's where they come from. They'll say happy wife, happy life, or oh, she's has happy weight. When a woman seems to gain weight when she's in a relationship, right? They'll just assume, well, that person must be very happy. That's where quotes like that came from. But on the opposite end, when you leave a person that's no good for you or toxic or I don't always want to say no good because, see, every breakup is not toxic, y'all. That's what I'm saying. Like, they put this stigma around breakup like it just automatically means toxic. Breakups have saved some people's lives. Breakups have helped some people to elevate. Breakups helped that man get with the woman he was really supposed to be with and the woman that she was really, the man she was supposed to be with. Once again, people trying to put too much overstep of foot territory in areas that, you know what I'm saying? Like, of course, if you have a person kids, that's your kids forever. They don't change just because y'all break up. That's why I'm really confused and baffled as to why the stigma would be the black woman should just be somewhere struggling just because she broke up with somebody or he broke up with her. No, she can't afford to do that, sweetie poo poo, if she has kids. That's why the thought that people have made pocket watching a trend again is actually funny, because don't you know you gotta have some type of money in your bank account when you got kids? It's not an option. So they would just have to watch pockets then. You know what I'm saying? With a person with kids, and it looks really weak to prey on somebody with kids. Bank account. I don't know. To me, that's weird. They have to have something in the bank account. I wouldn't give a damn if it's $30, $5 to their name. You shouldn't look at it as, oh, they don't deserve that when they got kids. That's weird. $5 go a long way when you have a kid or kids with S. You know? It just seemed like the ones they really trying to make bitter looking or broken or something. How, bro, when they had a whole glow up after leaving you? How, bro? And a glow up does not always mean $1 million contract like Cardi B got. You see what I'm saying? The glow up could be she gets more sleep now. She eat what she want to without somebody calling her fat. She ain't got to go check a person's phone no more to make sure they're not cheating. Those are small efforts to me that are also signs of a glow up. She now is more on the spiritual path. So I noticed they've been trying to mock that too. They was like, why women always find God after a breakup? If God helped them heal, you sound stupid for mocking them. You sound like a man that wanted to keep that woman in the same place. Like with Krishan Rock, they was like mocking her for actually wanting to go to church and have her little baby in church and stuff now. And she even did an album. Like I said, I don't think she did it for clout. I think if you want to do an album, showing the world that you love Jesus. What's wrong with it? But yeah, they even mock Krishan Rock for that. Like, oh, now she has faith. What else do she have? She don't have her people in the comments. She don't have social media. She don't have Blueface. I don't care what people do. I'm not finna sit back and ever mock a young lady for even attempting to get closer to faith or Christ or some type of spiritual life that brings her peace. I think people don't like to see that because it's more of a reflection. If this person is saying this religion gives them more peace, well, what was I? When you actually shouldn't even be thinking like that. Once you moved on from a person, why is what they study and practice even your business? It's stupid. They be wanting to know, well, what's making that person happy if I couldn't? And then now you comparing yourself where you don't compare, because you can never make a person feel like God do. Period. You can never bless a person's career like God can. You can never, I don't know, you just can't take that away from people. But it is funny to watch people try. And it shows more about them. Like, you want to come take something from somebody that you didn't even give them. And if you did give it to them, that's just called an Indian giver. Here, I'll get it. Here, change it to the other one. Period. I'm just on here preaching a little bit tonight. I don't know how long this stream gonna go, but I will share the stream onto my post board in the You Will Make It TV section after I'm finished recording. So we just had to speak on it because I just noticed Cardi B, and even y'all noticed most of her breakup, she was quiet. No matter what a man came out and said about her, spread about her, out of his bitterness, she just stayed quiet. More black women are. Because why get out and try to defend our name to a person who swore they loved you just last year? Or they loved you when you was having a kids, or they loved you when y'all got married. But now you got to defend yourself against people like that. It does seem eerie that more black women are experiencing it. Hold on, boo-boo. That's just my opinion. They said that too, like a black woman have to explain herself down to the riverbanks. That's why I'm glad Cardi B showed that side of her. Like, she stayed very reserved. I wonder, do she know she actually empowered a lot of women the way she carried herself through her most recent divorce. I don't think, you see, I told you that the exes just swear, oh, I bet he said, oh, Cardi B got a new man, she's trying to make me jealous. That's crazy, bro. If you had a whole divorce, how is somebody trying to make you jealous? They're moving on with their life, bro. Like, that's what happens after divorce. No matter what color the woman is, she has a right to continue to go forth and live her life the last I checked. You just got a bunch of abusive underlying tactics that people are using to make these single mothers feel equate to what they consider success. Too many people trying to show, no, if you have kids, you should be focused on that, not your career. And too many women have already showed you can focus on both at the same time, actually. With the right team, with the right support, you can focus on both your career and your children. But look at the modern day society we live in. That support shouldn't just be your team of security guards and stuff. That support should come from the fathers first, period. But, you know, you can't beg a person like, hey, support my new ventures after y'all break up. That's why we as black women do not waste our time to try to go say something like that. Like, oh, come support me. This what I'm doing now. To their whole ex. Because they have kids together. Why would they do that? If that person want to support you, they ain't nobody has ever needed help, y'all. I can say that supporting somebody that they want to support. It's crazy, y'all, because we know, like, the first of the month is coming up for a lot of people. Rent finna be due again. Just like the end of the month, any state you go to, any part of the world, is a trying time of the month because everybody rent finna be due. But it felt good today to actually help. It wasn't even much, but I was able to help a stranger get what he needed at the store today. And this is as a single woman, a single mother. should I say. And it wasn't to come on her and be able to brag and say I did it. But see, little did the man know, he don't know what I'm going through. And I told him, I said, I wish I would have had more, but this is what I have, and I handed it to him. I ain't gonna lie, the lady in front of us kind of gave me this look. Because, see, she was already, people just do that in public, though. Already probably looking at you, looking what you buy. I told y'all, just pay more attention to society when you go out in public on a day-to-day basis. Like, you in a grocery store with a grocery cart just like everybody else. But pay attention to those that happen to peep over at your cart because they see you with kids and they just wondering what you buy, what you spending money on, how you got money. That's called pocket watching. You a whole stranger in the store studying my basket like that. Because maybe you feel like I shouldn't have the cheap toilet paper in it. Maybe you feel like my child shouldn't have snacks in her hand. That's crazy. But they'll turn around and go buy them for their grandkids and nieces and nephews and stuff, right? So it's just crazy being independent black woman in America, like just normalizing the conversation, like what are they really going through? Not just as content creators or any just one profession. Why are more of them targeted after they break up with a whole husband or baby daddy? Because we're not just saying boyfriends no more, because a boyfriend you probably didn't have a kid with, like Krishan Rock and her new boyfriend. You know what I mean? They ain't had no kid yet. They not married or nothing. I swear, they doing their hardest to try to use black women's relationships to ex-relationships now, y'all. Ex-relationships to dictate or be the all-in-all narrative teller of who that woman is. When clearly after a breakup, you don't even have nothing to do with that person anymore. That's what a real breakup gonna look like. Or maybe that's the problem. You got so many people that break up and get back together so much. I was so proud to see Cardi B, even if she chose to get back with her husband, I would have been proud of her. I'm just proud of her as a successful, independent, ethnic woman. Because let me not say black. People might get on here talking about Cardi B's technically not black. Okay, well, I said ethnic woman. We're always proud to see that, whether she get back with her husband or not. I will still just support seeing an ethnic woman wanting to keep her family together and, keep her husband happy, especially if they could work together. I kind of felt like they was going to try to do something to break up Offset and Cardi. It just looked like a relationship that was really, really, really pulled on. Talk about a power couple. Because no matter what people have said about, I've noticed it about Jay-Z and Beyonce, baby, they stay together. Maybe that's why Beyonce is quote unquote more respected. Like no matter what go on behind the scenes with her and her husband, they still be together. But with Cardi B, a woman stand up and like, no, I'm done with the marriage. Now everybody want to have a problem. I mean, I'm a Migos fan too. I actually looked at Offset a lot different. Like, that's what I'm saying. You don't want to make a person whole character and personality be just about, like, when did we start doing that? Or I can't weigh people's personalities and characters just based off of somebody that was an ex. That's why they become an ex. These are the relationships that usually prepare you as a woman or man for that next relationship, if you choose to get back and you know what I'm saying, in one. But since when did we start like, oh yeah, that person was with that person, so yeah, I know how they are. That's crazy. If they're an ex for a reason though. So how you gonna say you know that person whole all in all future and destiny based off of one person they was with, bro? Especially when it was a husband or a baby daddy. They be tripping with that with ethnic women to me. Then it's just toxic to constantly try to make, because there are couples that do that. I just feel like y'all still love each other if you do that. Like, you just working every day to make the other partner jealous of what you're doing now. Because I respect the way Halle Berry went about her breakup. Like, she might even kind of left the internet for a little while. Not completely left it, but she just was showing herself less, maybe. Like, showing less of her life as she went through a breakup. They say that's usually a sign if you're just trying to pop back up on social media immediately, or I don't know, just to be trying to be seen too much, knowing that you just broke up with somebody. But the ones that actually live a reserved life and just like, oh, I'm gonna get off the internet for a while. I'm going through a breakup. I'm gonna get off the internet for a while. I'm going through a divorce. Oh, I'm gonna get off the internet for a while. I just had a baby. I'm gonna get off the internet for a while. I just started a new job. Pay attention to those. Those are the ones they feel like, oh, that person must have something to hide, or that person must be doing something. Oh, because they left the internet for a while? No, those are the ones you learn to respect, baby girl and baby boy, because though they could be all emotional and crazy and turbulent and bringing their business to the internet while they're going through something, because we all do, they choose not to. So shout out to those women of the world. Like, they actually still reserve time away from the internet as they get certain affairs together in their life. Period. Period. If you have too many fans, though, that's how it gets. I know they was doing reports on how many celebrities suddenly in the background just like they'll delete all they IG posts anytime they get ready. Celebrities don't care about that. They'll leave the internet when they need to for family business or financial priorities, court affairs. Since when is that unnormal for a person to kick you out of their business because they're going through a breakup or some family change in their life? Like, since when? Thank you for the new sub. We appreciate all the support. If you're a Cardi B fan, shout I in the comments. We still hope and wish the best for her at this time. Are you okay? I'm here to bring the good energy back to the good channels. Back to the parts of the internet that actually do understand why a person might it's not always because of they're trying to hide something. Like, it's okay to take a break from the internet when you just went through a breakup or you going through something. Remember at the beginning of the stream I was talking about boundaries? So anyways, y'all, I'm finna come back with part 2. Thank you for tuning in. I'll be right back. I'm feeling podcasty tonight, so I'll be back live in 1 second. Shout out to you, Cardi B, her beautiful children, and her beautiful career. Some of us are still rooting her on the other side, so shout out to her. Thank you guys for tuning in. I'll be back with part 2 in 1 second.